he was angry or frustrated, and then he would force himself on me.
And right beside one small bed.
Would you like the receipt?
Yes, please.
I'll be back.
Sit there in my dark alley now. How long naman na di ka leave you?
life, all your life. You're only waiting for this moment to arrive. Thank you so much. I will see you the next time. Thank you.